For the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Airing it out deep for Smith. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts, not a terribly big fella at 6'1", but his arms got plenty of life to it, and that was a thing of beauty there. Oh, I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is, his first miss, no good. Well, not content with a first quarter lead, I guess. They're going to go onside kick. And this is going to be covered up by Washington. So an onside kick fail in the first quarter. Not sure I completely see the logic there.
It's not apparent, is it? You almost have to go deeper, I think, and maybe if we try and work along with them and speculate a little bit here, they must feel like they need to steal possessions in this game, and maybe they don't match up possession for possession with the opposite team. They've got to steal it and try and gain an advantage, and they tried. They just didn't get it done.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last two drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, and it's third down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Fourth down, Heineke. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out. And the Eagles defense able to hold. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they, of course, coming into this one in the midst of a tough losing streak. They did get helped out by the open week last week, and in talking with him, all indications were, Charles, that was a very helpful break.
Yeah, I know a lot of teams, coaches, they hate taking time off in the midst of a losing streak because they think they have to stay on their toes and punch their way out of it. But occasionally, you get that open week, you step back, evaluate what's been going wrong, see what you can put in that can move you forward, and maybe you get a chance to breathe a little bit and kind of start over.
To throw again on second down. Hurts. It's caught. Smith. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. Throwing is Hurts. Wide open is Watkins. He's got it. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They'll go option to the short side. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Well, I'll tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Now on 2nd and 13, Hurts. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Smith catches left side. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
A lot of deflated looks on that defense. It seems like they just cannot find a way to get a key stop on 3rd down. Here's another conversion, and now this offense, they're in a position to go up even further as they've got it 1st and goal.
Hurts. They'll roll him out right. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Eagles are able to add on to their first half lead. Elliott good on the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They are back over the 500 mark for the year. A 3-game winning streak really coming at the exact right time, Charles, to get them back into playoff contention.
And it's always a question of when do you want your football team to peak? And everyone always talks about you want to be playing your best ball going into the playoffs, but sometimes you need your best ball before that time. And this team, going into this stretch of games, they are certainly playing their best football of the year.
Now an option play on 2nd down. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say, 200 plus?
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
That's now 6 dropbacks, 6 incompletions. Yeah, the defense has been pretty good early. But he's got to start hitting some of those throws. He's making them better than what they actually are.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Heineke. That's out to the flat for Gibson. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Heineke now from the 50. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. To the air again, Heineke. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And this defense will take over right at midfield. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. He'll start with a handoff to Sanders. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. On the draw, here's Sanders. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
This is Smith with a grab. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Quez Watkins with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Eagles continue to roll. Elliott good with a PAT, and a rout is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Called it the 26. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I got confidence in you.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in
Season
December.
of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On 2nd and a couple. Hurts. Flushed out right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. And Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Dallas Goedert. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles are pouring it on. I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Elliott now to add the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And Carter deciding not to bring this one out. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Second and 7. And they go play action. Now Heineke lines up and lets it go for Samuel. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the Eagles will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Well, Charles, they're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks. Yeah, that's something to consider. Are we in for more one-way traffic here in this second half? It has not been a competitive game to this point. And the half will begin with a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster in the first half. So where do they go from here?
The first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
On 2nd and 12, Heineke. And his throw here is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
On 3rd down, Heineke. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 44. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing, they're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
And Sanders on 1st down with a little bit of space as he works his way forward, a gain of 4. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll look to throw here. He's got Smith here. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big 3rd quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders His second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. DeAndre Carter now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. On second down, here's Gibson again. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
Throwing, Heineke. And this is going to be incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on fourth down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Play action now. Here's Heineke rolling to his right. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. The play fake, and now Heineke. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And Washington able to at least knock this deficit down a bit. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years. The arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. Extra point by Sly is up and good. So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Scott on the return, out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Hurts going to keep it again. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. They'll drop to throw. And this is caught by Watkins. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Play action. Here's Hurts. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Smith. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. Open man is Kroon, the tight end. But I think the ball's out. And it's Washington that scoops it up. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29.
Antonio Gibson is an absolute dart with the ball in his hands, and he can make you miss, and he can run over you. Took a little while to crack the starting lineup as a rookie, but boy, was he sensational when he did. Went for 115 yards and 3 scores in the Thanksgiving Day clobbering of the Dallas Cowboys. At Washington, they feel like they had a real find when they took him in the 3rd round last year, number 66 overall, and he justified their decision.
We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And now here is another interception. Picked up by the rookie, Calvin Joseph. Yet another mistake after the interception there. Guys, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal. On the sneak, it's Hurts. And he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
Jalen Hurts, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Elliott on for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From his end zone, here comes Carter. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard, but that is not the case as we play on here in this fourth quarter. Here's Gibson to start the drive. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 49 yards on the ground for him so far.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. They'll run with Gibson. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
A first down throw for Heineke. This one left side caught by Gibson. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Now Heineke. He'll dump that off to Gibson, complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Working out of the gun. Here's Heineke. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.
First down, Washington.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Heineke firing quickly here, and that's complete. And a loose football, and it's picked up by the Eagles. And to the 12, that's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Antonio Gibson with touchdown number 20 on the year. And Washington able to capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point by Sly is up and good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Scott on the return out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And it would appear that the open week a week ago came just at the right time as they have dominated the proceedings here into this fourth quarter. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes, and boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
54 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. Second down, back to Sanders. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, and defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to third down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard.
They brought in a heavy set on third down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation, and sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. Second down. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to drop this down to Sanders. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly. And
they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. Say, all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
This taken in at the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. I guess at this point, Charles, heck, why not take some shots?
I would agree with that totally because a big play can't hurt at all. Heck, you might get a pass interference call out of it. Somehow the ball might get tipped up and you come down with it. Might not do too much for the result of the game, but it could add to your stats.
And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And got his man complete. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Philadelphia, the win gets them to 5-9 now on the year. And they'll have another home date next week as the New York Giants come to town. Meanwhile, for Washington, their playoff hopes take a hit as they drop to 7-7. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys.